Welcome to Mr. Brain Boost, where we dive into the world of insane wealth, extreme architecture, and homes so outrageously expensive they make castles look like starter packs. Today, we're unlocking the golden gates to the most expensive homes in the USA, mansions that are more like private cities, dripping in luxury, tech, and mind-blowing design. These aren't just homes, they're statements. They're empires. They're what billionaires call cozy. From cliffside California estates to palatial Florida retreats and secretive compounds in New York, we're counting down the top 10 priciest properties that money can buy, and trust us, you'll need more than a black card to get in. So grab your gold-plated popcorn, and let's explore the top 10 most expensive homes in the USA 2025 edition. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because we've got 100 more episodes diving into everything the rich don't want you to see. Let's go! 10. The One Bel Air, California, $141 million. Our journey begins in the Hollywood Hills with a home that was hyped as the most expensive residential listing in the world, the one in Bel Air. This architectural titan spans over 105,000 square feet. Yep, you heard that right, this isn't just a mansion, it's practically a city. Built by film producer turned developer Niall Niami, the one was originally priced at a staggering $500 million. But after financial trouble and foreclosure, it sold in 2022 for a bargain price of $141 million. Still, at that price, it's one of the most expensive homes ever sold in the United States. What's inside this modern-day palace? 21 bedrooms, 42 bathrooms, a 30-car garage, a 4-lane bowling alley, a private nightclub, a 50-seat movie theater, and a 360-degree infinity pool with panoramic views of Los Angeles. It even has a philanthropy wing, because nothing says giving back like a climate-controlled gallery for your nths. The design is sleek, futuristic, and frankly, a little out of this world. Think James Bond villain meets Instagram billionaire. And while the sale price dropped from its jaw-dropping original listing, the one still stands as a symbol of what happens when you give one man a vision, a blank check, and zero restraint. Up next, we head to Florida, where luxury means waterfront everything and privacy from paparazzi. 9. Gemini Mansion, Manalapan, Florida, $173 million. Let's travel from the hills of Hollywood to the shores of Manalapan, Florida, where the ocean meets opulence at the Gemini Mansion, a sprawling beachfront estate that redefines luxury living. Valued at $173 million, this 62,000 square foot mega compound is perched on a 15-acre barrier island between the Atlantic Ocean and Lake Worth Lagoon, meaning yes, it has beachfront on both sides. This estate was once owned by the Ziff publishing family, yep, the billionaires who basically printed money with their media empire. And it shows. This isn't just a home, it's a private eco-resort.
Let's take a walk through the amenities, shall we? 33 bedrooms, that's not a typo. 39 bathrooms, a botanical garden with over 1,500 tropical species, a PGA-level golf practice area, a sports complex with a tennis court, basketball court, and swimming pool, and an underground tunnel leading to the beach. Main residence alone is 12 bedrooms of Mediterranean-style perfection. But that's just one part of the estate. There are guest houses, staff quarters, and even a tree house just in case the billionaire kids want to live out their Tarzan fantasies. The estate is also fully hurricane fortified and has backup power, water purification systems, and enough supplies to survive the next apocalypse, or at least a really bad press cycle. One of the wildest facts: the lawn is manicured daily by a team of full-time groundskeepers who work like clockwork. Basically, it's greener than your social media envy. Gemini Mansion isn't just about looks, it's about legacy. This property is a statement, a fortress, and a vacation wonderland all rolled into one. Coming up next, a home in Beverly Hills with a name so bold, it literally calls itself Palace. Number 8. Palazzo Del Mar, Beverly Hills, California, $195 million. If you've ever wondered what happens when real estate meets romance, say hello to Palazzo Del Mar, or Palace of Love, in the heart of Beverly Hills. This Mediterranean-style estate sprawls across 25 acres of prime 90,210 real estate and comes with a price tag of $195 million. And trust us, it's not just the name that's dripping in luxury, it's everything else too. Developed by real estate mogul Jeff Green, this home isn't just a house, it's a private luxury resort, event venue, and working vineyard all in one. Let's break it down. 12 bedrooms, 23 bathrooms, a 15,000 square foot entertainment complex, a 50-seat movie theater, a full ballroom with a revolving dance floor, Moroccan-style spa, and over 25 acres of gardens, pools, reflecting pools, and waterfall sheds. Not all, it also has a vineyard that produces 400 to 500 cases of wine a year. So yes, you could literally sip your own label while watching the sunset over the canyon from one of several infinity pools. The estate even has its own private wine cellar that holds 3,000 bottles, so you're never more than 10 steps from a world-class Pinot Noir. And if you're worried about parking at your next Gatsby-style bash, don't be. Palazzo Del More has parking for over 150 cars. That's right, you can invite everyone you've ever met and their friends. Inside, the main home features gold leaf ceilings, onyx-lined bathrooms, hand-carved fireplaces, and chandeliers that would make Versailles feel underdressed. The best part, despite all the glitz, it still feels like a private sanctuary if your definition of sanctuary includes a full-time staff, gourmet chef, and helicopter landing pad. Coming up next, we fly cross-country to New York for a sky-high penthouse that literally changed the city skyline.
Number 7 to 220 Central Park South Penthouse, New York City, $238 million. Let's take a break from the sprawling estates and go vertical way vertical. Welcome to the most expensive home ever sold in New York City. The penthouse at 220 Central Park South, snapped up by billionaire hedge fund manager Ken Griffin for a jaw-dropping $138 million. Yes, that's almost $250 million for an apartment. But calling this a penthouse is like calling a Ferrari a car. This is a quadruplex palace in the sky located on Billionaire's Row with spectacular views of Central Park, the Hudson River, and basically every dream you've ever had of Manhattan. Here's what $238 million gets you. Over 24,000 square feet. A private elevator. Multiple floors of living space. Panoramic glass windows, custom-designed interiors, and some of the best security and amenities on the planet. The building itself is designed by Robert A.M. Stern, the architect of choice for the ultra-rich. The limestone facade gives it an old money vibe, but the interiors scream modern royalty. Residents here have access to a private restaurant run by Michelin star chefs, a world-class spa, a gym that rivals Equinox, a wine cellar, and valet service for your Rolls Royce, obviously. And here's the kicker, Ken Griffin it's just one of his many residences across the globe. This penthouse isn't just about square footage, it's about power, privacy, and prestige. It's the kind of place where if you blink, you might miss the living room. Because it's the size of a basketball court. And while most New Yorkers are figuring out how to fit a couch into a studio, Griffin's penthouse has entire wings that may never be walked in. Coming up next, an oceanfront estate in Malibu that's got Hollywood legends, billionaire drama, and one of the craziest beachfront setups ever seen. Number 6, the Sanctuary at LA. Malibu, California, $225 million. All right. Pack your bags because we're headed to the ultra-exclusive shores of Malibu, California, where surf meets serious spending. Welcome to the Sanctuary at LA, an iconic oceanfront property once owned by media titan Barry Diller and designer Diane von Furstenberg, now reportedly valued at a whopping $125 million. What makes this beachfront wonder so special? Let's start with its location, Billionaire's Beach. aka Carbon Beach. That's right, this isn't just any stretch of sand. It's the VIP section of the Pacific Coast, home to names like Larry Ellison, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and Beyoncé, yes, Queen Bee herself. The sanctuary spans multiple structures with roughly 15,000 square feet of living space across a 4-acre bluff overlooking the Pacific Ocean. What's inside? Oh, just an infinity pool that appears to pour right into the ocean. A home cinema worthy of a movie premiere, designer interiors that look like Architectural Digest and Vogue had a baby. Floor-to-ceiling glass walls for panoramic sunsets.
Spa facilities, a private beach staircase, and even a reflection pond for all your Zen billionaire moments. The architecture is minimalist, modern, and mesmerizing, Every inch of this home whispers elegance, from the teakwood finishes to the hidden lighting that makes nighttime feel like a scene from a James Bond movie. But wait, there's more. This home is also a green tech marvel. It includes solar panels, advanced climate control, and sustainable water features that make it as eco-friendly as it is jaw-dropping. And here's a fun fact. During the pandemic, demand for ultra-private, ultra-luxurious estates like this one skyrocketed. The rich weren't just buying space, they were buying sanctuaries. Hence the name. Even the neighbors are billionaire-worthy. Living here means you might bump into Leonardo DiCaprio or Lady Gaga at the mailbox if, of course, you check your mail yourself, which you won't. This isn't just Malibu, it's Malibu. Level God mode. Up next, a Texas ranch that's part luxury estate, part private kingdom, and it used to belong to an oil baron legend. Number 5. Mesa Vista Rancho Pampa, Texas, $250 million. Y'all ready for something bigger than big? Welcome to Mesa Vista Ranch, a Texas-sized mega estate sprawling across over 64,000 acres. Yes, you heard that right, 64,000 acres of pure, private paradise. This isn't just a home, it's a small country with a mailbox. Owned by the late oil tycoon T. Boone Pickens, this ranch is valued at $250 million, and it's more than just a nod to cowboy culture. It's a masterclass in combining wealth, wilderness, and wild ambition. Let's put that into perspective. 64,000 acres is about the size of Chicago. The ranch stretches along 12 miles of the Canadian River. It includes multiple homes, an airport, a chapel, dog kennels, a golf course, and even a private lake. The main lodge alone is 33,000 square feet, filled with museum-quality art, rich leather furnishings, antler chandeliers, and roaring fireplaces. Think Yellowstone meets luxury hotel. Want to fly in? No problem. Mesa Vista has its own private airstrip and FAA-approved hangar. Guests can literally land a jet and be sipping whiskey fireside within minutes. Here's what else is on the property. A 12,000 square foot lake house, a private chapel built in memory of Pickens' beloved dog, a stone lodge for bird hunting, a 30-seat theater, even a storm shelter and tornado-proof bunker. Because hey, this is Texas. It also includes a 19-station golf course, designed for casual strolls, golf cart duels, or multi-day marathons, whatever your billionaire heart desires. But the crown jewel of Mesa Vista, it's how much care went into the land itself. Pickens invested millions in conservation, wildlife habitats, and ecological restoration. He planted thousands of trees and built reservoirs to support local wildlife. It's luxury with a legacy. And let's be honest, owning this ranch means never having to deal with neighbors again. It's freedom, privacy, and power in one giant package, wrapped in barbed wire and bordered by blue sky. Coming up next, a modern fortress in Beverly Hills with more tech than NASA and a price tag to match. Number 4. The One, Bel Air, California, $295 million. Alright, it's time for the legend, the beast, the infamous, the One. Located in the hills of Bel Air, this 105.0 square foot mega mansion is one of the most talked about homes in modern real estate history. Originally listed for $500 million, it finally sold at auction in 2020 for $295 million, still making it one of the most expensive homes ever sold in the United States. But wait, what makes the One so one of a kind? For starters, it's literally the size of a mall. 105,000 square feet, 21 bedrooms, 42 bathrooms, 7 water features including a 50-car garage, a 4-lane bowling alley, and multiple infinity pools, a nightclub, a movie theater, a salon, a gym, and a juice barrel, and a 360-degree view of the Pacific Ocean, downtown LA, and the San Gabriel Mountains. It's essentially a billionaire's fantasy turned into bricks, glass, and a whole lot of concrete. And the architectural vibe. Think space station designed by a Bond villain with a taste for luxury. But it's not just about size, it's also about technology. This place is loaded with AI-driven smart systems, automated climate zones, and invisible security features that would make Fort Knox blush. Even the art is part of the house, custom sculptures, waterfalls, and LED installations built into the walls. Every angle is Instagram gold. Here's the kicker. It took almost a decade to build, went into massive debt, and even became the subject of lawsuits and foreclosure drama. It's basically the Kanye West of houses, flashy, controversial, and unforgettable. The original owner, developer Nal Naimi, called it the most expensive modern home in America and wanted it to be a billion-dollar listing. Spoiler, it wasn't. But still at nearly $300 million, the one earned its place among the most elite homes in the world. It's a home, a museum, a party palace, and a real estate cautionary tale all wrapped into one oversized Bel Air bundle. Coming up next, a Hamptons compound where the beach is private, the neighbors are billionaires, and summer never ends. Number 3 is Fairfield Mansion, the Hamptons, New York. A $300 million. Next up, we're taking a trip to one of America's most iconic playgrounds for the rich, the Hamptons. And smack dab in the middle of it lies a property so massive, so private, and so jaw-droppingly expensive, it's almost mythical. Welcome to Fairfield, a 63-acre oceanfront compound in Sagaponack, New York, owned by billionaire Ira Renner. Estimated at over $300 million, this estate is one of the largest private homes in the United States.
Let's break it down. Fairfield isn't just a house, it's a fortress of finance. The main residence alone clocks in at over 64,000 square feet, with an additional 91,000 square feet of auxiliary buildings. If you're doing the math, that's more square footage than the White House, multiplied. So what's inside? 29 bedrooms and 39 bathrooms, a 164-seat private theater, 3 swimming pools to tennis courts, a private power plant because when you're this rich, you don't rely on the Greedo, and a bowling alley. Because of course the Rest Mansion sits on some of the most coveted beachfront in the world, with sweeping views of the Atlantic Ocean and more space than most country clubs. And yes, it stirred up controversy. Locals weren't thrilled when the mansion was first built in the late 1990s. They called it a monstrosity, and lawsuits flew faster than a Hampton summer breeze. But eventually, the estate was grandfathered in, and it became one of the most exclusive properties on the East Coast. Here's a crazy detail. The estate includes its own synagogue, reflecting Rennert's heritage and personal values. And you might be wondering, what does one do with a house that large? Well, besides never seeing your guests again unless you GPS track them, it's perfect for lavish parties, family retreats, or just, hiding from the world. It's the epitome of what makes the Hamptons so unique: beachfront simplicity mixed with billionaire-scale luxury. As for maintenance, it's been estimated that just running the estate, taxes, staff, landscaping, upkeep costs several $1,000,000 per year. In other words, the electric bill alone could pay off most people's homes. Up next, we're heading back to California for a mansion with its own vineyard, golf course, and a price tag that makes even billionaires blink. Number 2, the Napa Valley Estate, California, $350 million. Coming in at number 2. We're raising a glass literally to the most expensive private estate in Napa Valley, an ultra-exclusive vineyard compound, and rumored to be worth over $350 million. While the exact name is kept under wraps due to the sheer secrecy surrounding it, industry insiders refer to it as the Gabelle House. Yes, like the fairy tale, but with more wine and fewer breadcrumbs. This estate is part private home, part working winery, and part wine country utopia designed for someone who clearly thought, what this chateau needs: a golf course, a helipad, and a lake. Let's uncork the details. Over 750 acres of rolling hills, vineyards, olive groves, and gardens. A vineyard mansion with more than 20 bedrooms, marble floors, frescoed ceilings, and walls lined with rare art. A private wine cellar that holds over 100,000 bottles, including rare vintages valued in the millions. A state-of-the-art winery facility on the property, producing award-winning wines under a private labello. And did we mention the 9-hole golf course designed by a PGA Pro?
And for good measure, a private lake, spa retreat, horse stables, and a helicopter pad to avoid traffic on wine tasting weekends isn't just a house. This is the Versailles of Vino, a place where every sunset over the vines looks like it came from a luxury travel ad, and every meal is probably prepared by a Michelin-starred chef flown in from Paris or Tokyo. While the owner is kept hush-hush, some say it's a reclusive tech billionaire who values privacy almost as much as he does a good Cabernet. Others speculate it's a foreign royal who visits only a few weeks out of the year. But here's the wildest part: it's technically not even for sale. The $350 million figure is based on private offers that were rejected. That's right, people have offered more than $350 million to buy this estate, and the answer was still no thanks, I'm good. For the ultra-rich, Napa has become more than just a weekend getaway. It's a status symbol, a legacy investment, and in some cases, a functioning business that generates serious cash from boutique wine exports. So if you're wondering what to do after making your first billion, just know that Napa's waiting, with grapes, helicopters, and panoramic views to spare. But now it's time, the moment you've been waiting for. Let's reveal the #1 most expensive home in the United States. And trust me, it's not just expensive, it's practically a modern-day kingdom. The One Billionaire, California, $500 million initially. And here it is, the crown jewel, the king of kings in American real estate. The One, located in the ultra-exclusive hills of Billionaire, California, the One was meant to be the most expensive private residence in the world, with an asking price that stunned even billionaire buyers, $500 million. Built by mega developer Niall Niami, this home was a wild, ambitious dream to create a modern-day palace for the ultra-elite. The details are nothing short of insane. 105,000 square feet of living space, 21 bedrooms and 42 bathrooms, a 50-car garage showroom, 5 swimming pools including a jaw-dropping infinity pool overlooking Los Angeles, a 30-seat private movie theater, a 4-lane bowling alley, a sky deck with putting greens, a private nightclub, a salon and spa, a philanthropy wing, and even a jellyfish aquarium. While imagine living inside a 5-star hotel, except you own it all. Designed like a futuristic glass fortress, the One has panoramic 360-degree views of the Pacific Ocean, downtown Los Angeles, and the San Gabriel Mountains. Inside, everything drips with extravagance. Imported marble from Italy, custom art installations valued at tens of millions, floating staircases, and mirrored ceilings, smart home systems, controlling every aspect with a tap of your phone. But because life isn't always a perfect Instagram feed, the One's story took a twist.
Despite the grand vision, the home faced massive financial troubles. It was eventually forced into foreclosure and sold at auction in 2020 for only $141 million, still making it one of the most expensive homes ever sold in the USA. Today, it's rumored that the One is owned by a secretive billionaire, some say a crypto kingpin, who's investing millions more to finish and personalize it. Even though it didn't reach the fabled $500 million sale price, the One stands as a symbol of America's wildest real estate dreams: big, bold, extravagant, and unforgettable. Because when you're rich enough, you don't just buy a home, you buy a legend. And there you have it, the top 10 most expensive homes in the USA. From Napa vineyards to underground bunkers and glass palaces in Bel Air, these homes prove one thing: when it comes to luxury, the only limit is imagination and a few $100 million. Which home would you want to live in? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Mr. Brain Boost for more unbelievable luxury reveals every week. See you next time.